it's like anything. If you don't look after it, eventually something's going to...
Sure, absolutely.
Something's going to go.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely.
But like, you know, rule of thumb, you look after them, they're pretty good. Yeah. Okay. As long as the right people work on them.
Yeah, yeah, good. Well, welcome to another Dave's Workshop Tours video, and as you can see, I'm back at Maranello Pur for some Italian car action. Coming up, Giancarlo takes us through a Roadworthy on an Alfetta Berlina from the early 80s. But before that, Bruno starts on the engine teardown of a Lancia Fulvia Sport, while Zagato lets in for a full restoration. Okay, Bruno, I've just seen you take this down off the hoist. What's happened?
We've got to remove all the mechanicals that's going in to get restored. We've got to pull the mechanicals out.
So is this a recent accident?
No, many years ago. Just
right.
been sitting in a garage until he could afford to do it.
Uh-huh. Right. What year and do you know? You don't know? No. Oh, could you repeat that?
I don't know the exact details of it.
Cool. Oh, and what sort of condition do you...
Zagato.
As a coming in as a restoration project, what condition would you sort of regard the rest of it going through? Are those known points for the...
Fairly good. The doors need reskinning.
Yeah.
The chassis underneath is pretty good. The back tailgate's got a little bit of rust in it.
Was this a Australian delivered?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. And mechanically?
Everything needs doing.
Oh, right. Cool.
Suspension's worn. The engine hasn't been started for, I think, 15 years.
Right. And meanwhile, the Montreal dashboard...
Still in the wings.
Lovely.
And we're trying to keep cars moving. We don't want too many dead cars around here. So, because that, I need to open both doors, it sort of gets left behind.
Right. Okay. One day we'll see it light up.
It shouldn't be long.
Okay. So yeah, just go over again. What's the process now with this?
I'm pulling the engine out.
Yeah.
And gearbox,
and
all the mechanicals.
Who look after that?
What's that there?
Sorry?
The body or the mechanicals?
The engine.
We're going to do it, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll strip it all down and get it all rebuilt and put it together and put it back in when the body's finished.
Yeah. And was it seized or?
No, it's turning over.
Yeah.
So hopefully it's not too big a disaster internally.
Uh-huh. Cool. Okay, nice to see it. And you've got it booked in for body and everything?
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, the owner has. He's got a panel beater that's done one for him before.
Okay. Well, we'll come back another time and find out what year it was, what year it is.
Yeah. Exactly, I don't know.
Yeah.
They never put details on it. The windscreen's gone. Sometimes they have old registration stickers on them.
There's one on the side there.
But we'll find out from the owner.
Let's have a look on the side.
There you go.
What have we got here?
68.
68. There we go. Alex, the fucking boy got off. Get in the way like. Hey, Giancarlo, what have we got here?
Morning, David. What we've got here is an Alfetta, a 2 litre. And what we're going to do is inspect it for a roadworthy.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
It's been sitting for a while. And as you can see, it's been on club plates.
Yep.
And he's had it in storage due to COVID and everything, so he's decided to bring it out and re-register it.
Cool.
So what we're going to do is go through and see if it's roadworthy.
Rightio.
So we can get it up to scratch.
Okay.
Okay, so we're going to start with a roadworthy inspection. Firstly, there's a headlight's got a crack in it, so that needs to be replaced.
Yeah.
The windscreen washer is not working. So the switch is faulty inside. We've already checked it. We've done a light check. They're all fine, no problem. Now what we can do is we can lift it up
So it's a car you've known before. No, he said, owner was
We've
saying
we've seen it before, yes. He's had it, I think, 10 years.
you
I think he said 10 years.
more than that. I think
Was
he
it?
said 24 years.
Oh, was it? Okay.
Yeah.
What's 10 years between friends?
Yeah, exactly. And you guys rebuilt the engine, apparently.
Well, it's been that long. I
Yeah.
can't remember what I had for breakfast.
Okay, so what are we seeing?
So what we're seeing now, we'll need
Got
to
your
check out
torch?
the...
There it is here, bud.
Oh, thank you. So what we need to do is, as you can see, no, that one doesn't work, so that's no good. If you come over here, you can see the brake lines have got a few cracks in it.
Ooh, sorry, let me
So
just...
can you sort of see there?
hang on, let me get this. Where am I
See that
looking?
crack?
Oh, that one there.
That
Let me
one
just
there.
get focus on that. There we go, there we go. I've got it now. Let me just focus on it. Don't, yeah, not so harsh on it. There we go. Beautiful. Right, can I see that one?
That one. So what we're going to do is measure the discs and the pads. That's
Yeah.
our next job. We'll look over this side. This one's cracked too. Same.
Oh, yeah, that's...
We've got the same problem.
Oh, yeah, right. And that's just going to be over time?
Yeah, just wear and tear.
Where?
Yeah. So what we're going to do is
Well, that could have happened just like the hot and cold in a garage storage,
yeah,
couldn't it?
just storage. It's just normal wear and tear.
Yeah.
A lot of cars over the years they crack. But it's actually just the external housing that's cracked.
Right.
The outer casing, not the,
Oh, I see.
not the internal.
Yeah, yeah.
Because if that was cracked, it'd be leaking.
Sure.
Leaking now.
Right, yeah.
So it's more. So we're just checking ball joints, they're fine. Top control arms, good. There's a little bit of wheel bearing noise play there. And the caster bushes, they're all good. So that's your caster bushes there.
Let me see. Where am I getting? Yeah, okay.
That's your caster bushes.
They're looking good.
Yep, that's your top arm.
Yeah.
All right, you got your top control arm,
Yeah.
which is fine. And that's your lower control arm.
Yeah.
And the bushes under here, which normally go, but these seem okay.
Instead the...
Yep. The bushes in there tend to go.
Yeah.
So, but they're all good. There's no movement. So that passes the inspection.
Okay.
I've already checked the other side. That's all fine.
Yeah.
Oh, actually, here we go. We've got a problem there.
Right, what?
So the bush is missing.
Yeah. Oh, right, oh, I see.
See, not there.
Yeah, not, right.
Nothing's there.
Wow. Nothing's there.
No. It's spun off and it's obviously lost the
Right.
washer and the bolt.
So what would, yeah, he'd have been feeling that driving along, wouldn't
Oh yeah, you would have rattled a little bit,
he? Yeah.
just a little bit. So,
Body-wise,
no, body-wise is pretty good.
yeah.
It's all original. There's no rust, so that's all good.
The owner was saying he keeps that garage. If that had been outside, would you have been expected on Alfa Romeo the water getting down behind that?
These are not bad because these were actually dipped,
Right. Okay.
so they were pretty good. The only time they used to rust is when they were actually involved in an accident
Right.
and they weren't repaired properly.
Okay.
But apart from that, they were pretty good. The earlier ones they had a lot of problems with, where they weren't dipped
Yeah.
and they used to rust. I need to. Brakes okay. Okay, as you notice, these have got inboard brakes.
Yeah.
That's why there's nothing outside.
Yeah. That just makes me. And the fact, just looking at that, just makes me want an Alfa. One of these things. A saloon or whatever. I mean, I know these later ones are not.
It's got a bit of an oil leak
All right.
coming from the speedo drive. Got a report. We can check. Checking the deal. That's okay. Oop. That's all right. good.
Yeah.
I need to take some measurements on the discs. Alright, so what we need to do is zero it in. Measure the discs. Okay, we've got 8.67.
All right.
So we need to work out what the minimum is.
Consult a book? Or?
Yep, we can consult a book.
Ooh. Bruno's rugging up.
Hang on, we can do it that way. It might be easier for you.
Yeah, that's all right, I got that one.
You got
Yeah, all good. Oh, no, there we go. Come on, focus, you bugger. Yeah. That'll do.
7.2. 2 litre sedan. Here we go. So minimum for the front is 10. We've got 11.72, so that's fine. And the rear will be 8. And we've got 8.6.
Cool. Okay.
Good. So brakes are fine.
Yep.
The exhaust seems okay. Just checking the drive shafts, make sure the couplings are all good. They're all intact. Back hoses fine. Clutch hose is good. Should be a brake hose over here. There, that looks okay. That's not cracked. That's all good. The brakes still got pads and the discs are not undersized, so that's all fine. No rust, that seems pretty clean. Had new shockers, changed recently. All bushes are fine. In general, it's pretty good for its age.
Yeah. You've looked after a few of these in your time, I guess.
Yeah. Lots. Yeah.
They were-
We used to do pre-delivery on these when no one knew.
Oh, right, yeah. How well regarded in the...
Yeah, they were very good.
Yeah.
And then they had the sport model, which was called the Sportiva,
Right.
and they came out for the turbo version, which was
Oh,
very nice.
Yeah.
But they didn't make too many.
yeah.
It was
I don't
only,
know the turbo.
I think I only worked on 2 original
Right.
that I've actually seen here in Australia.
Uh-huh.
And they had it a Sportiva 1 and 2. But they were very nice. Very nice car.
Have many of them lasted?
I tell you what, I haven't seen any since I've serviced them. There's probably a couple still around, but
The Sportivo,
yeah,
you
the
mean?
Sportivos,
right,
yeah.
What about Alfettas in the...
yeah, you still get them.
good,
Yeah,
don't they?
you still get them. Yeah.
Yeah.
You still see them every now and then.
There's, generationally now, people are... people who can afford the cars or whatever are looking at the cars that their dad had or that were
That's
around
right.
when they were
Well,
kids.
these are a lot more affordable
Yeah.
than what the 105s are, for instance.
Yeah,
So,
exactly, yeah.
or the GDBs. So,
And rebuilds after how many miles of these?
look, on an average, anything from depends on how it's been treated.
Sure.
Look, I had a friend who had an Alfetta. He did 250,000 for a 4-cylinder because he did a lot of country driving, backwards and forth.
Yeah.
Um,
As long as it's serviced, it was.
yeah, it was serviced regularly.
Yeah.
He was renowned for looking after it.
Right.
But it paid off.
Yeah, sure. As with all cars, isn't it?
Yeah,
Good regular
like
service,
anything,
regular oil change.
Like I say to all my customers, just look after the history. Make sure it's had good service history.
Yeah.
And 80% of the time, you'll probably find that the cars, it's pretty well looked after and will last.
Yeah.
And the problem is, people buy especially cars where they get 2-3 years maintenance free, no problems. You don't hear any issues with them, and then all of a sudden they sell them, they turn them over, the new customer buys them over and starts having problems. But they haven't been looked after for the last 3 years. You know, and it's like anything. If you don't look after, eventually something's going to something's going to go. Absolutely. But like, you know, rule of thumb, you look after them, they're pretty good. As long as the right people work on them.
Good. All right, what are we looking for up here?
Here, there's not much to look at. It's all good. We basically just have to
tidy bay, isn't it? Actually?
Yeah, it's pretty clean. It's had the air conditioning disconnected, as you can see here.
Right.
That's missing.
That's not going to be part of the roadworthy, though?
No, you don't need it. No. That's fine. Yeah. As long as the engine compartments, everything seems to be intact.
That's an aftermarket.
He's got aftermarket air filters on it, because normally it had a different type of...
Good old Aussie brand there, hey? Ramflow.
Ramflow. Yep. Normally it has some cylindrical tube on it.
Yeah.
And he's actually got
and this?
That unit there.
That's not...
No, that's not original. What they call that? That's a catchment tanks. It's just so any blow-by goes into the tank. Because normally that will go back into the air filter. Now what happens is as the engine sort of gets a little bit lazy, starts to burn a little bit of oil, you get a bit of blow-by.
Right.
So it'll go back into the air filter, and it can contaminate the spark plugs.
Right.
It goes down the cylinder, and they foul up the plugs.
Okay.
So especially, they tend to do it more when you race, but it's an alternative where, as the car is getting older, you can put it back into the catch tank. It collects it in there.
Yeah. It's
ventilated through a little filter there, and then as the oil builds up, there's a little drain underneath. You can actually just drain it out.
Okay. Cool.
And the reason they do that is because the air filter's been changed.
Yeah.
Basically.
Right.
Because there's no provision for the breather to go back into the air filter.
Yeah.
So they just add a catchment tank to it.
Okay.
Right, but apart from that, I think it's all. Once all these items get fixed,
that's it.
Should be good for roadworthy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Customer will be happy.
Yeah. But what about sourcing?
Yeah, we need to, as I said, fix up a few items.
Yeah.
So once we do the headlight,
they're going to
caster
be pretty
arm
standard,
bush.
although unless you wanted the original.
The Corello ones are getting a little bit hard to buy.
Yeah.
There's a couple of brands. There's a Corello.
We're not going to be waiting 3 months for them.
No. We'll see, we should have some second-hand ones. Might be able to pop on for him.
Cool. All right.
Okay.
Lovely. Thank you.
All done.
Cool. Thanks very much, Brent.
Seal. Couple of front brake hoses. Service done.
Here they are.
So you're not too impressed by the service book there, then?
No, not really. No. I was expecting a few more.
You're right.
There should be a book, just like a service book, with all the dealers' names on them. No, it's not this one. There's another one. It's quite a thin book. It's a log book, isn't it? It should have like service written on it.
There you go.
Okay, I wouldn't lie to you.
There we go, Tassie. Right there.
No, just trying. Victoria.
Just the one.
And look at that. There we are.
Oh, press that. Hey. Oh, right. So, sorry, you were dealers?
Yeah.
They were dealers as well?
Yeah, we're dealers.
Oh, right. Okay.
We're service dealers.
Right.
Service dealers. Not new car.
Okay.
Just service.
Okay.
New car service dealer. And that's the basic of the Victorian ones that were at the time.
Yeah. That's it for this time, but there's plenty more to come from Giancarlo Bruno and the lads at Maranello Pur. After all, they're just down the road from me, and I haven't been told to bugger off just yet. So what else am I going to do with all this beautiful metal on display? Please like, share and comment below about anything you've seen, and if you haven't already, go back and watch the playlist of videos from this wonderful workshop. Is it a good engine to work on generally?
Yes.
Yeah.
Sort of.
It's like all engine, you need patience.
Absolutely.
There's some more than others, but
Alla prossima.